93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
A warm welcome to the Citizen FM News at 6. I am Lawrence Omoite. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Arewola, has urged judges of the Federal High Court to endeavor to deliver impeccable judgments that will not be overturned by the Court of Appeal. Besides, Justice Arewola urged the judges to always study wide and consult when necessary before preparing their judgments. The CJN gave the charge on Wednesday in Abuja while declaring open the 2023 Conference of Judges of the Federal High Court. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Musa Adamu as the new chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. The ceremony, which was performed in the council chambers of the State House just ahead of the Federal Executive Council, also saw the swearing in of the chairman of the Federal Civil Service Commission, Professor Tunji Olaokpa, and 11 other members of the commission. According to a citation read by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajurin Gilale, the new ICPC chairman served as the former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Jigawa State.
I have taken out of office, I will abide by the oath of office, and I will discharge my duties in accordance with the ICPC Act to support the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President. I want to assure Nigerians and Mr. President that I will lead by example, and I will also live above board, and I will abide by my oath of office.
The new chairman of the Federal Civil Service Commission, Professor Olaokpa from Oyo State, is an academic and former permanent secretary who has had a stint both at the university and served as permanent secretary across 5 ministries.
We need to beef up the capability readiness. We need to modernize by deploying technology. We need to reinstitute professionalism and competency-based human resource management. We need to move the civil service to a position where it could help government to deliver on its agenda.
Federal universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education have been taken off from the integrated personnel payment system. The approval for the exemption was given by the Federal Executive Council at its meeting on Wednesday in Abuja. The Minister of Education, Professor Tai Maman, discloses while briefing State House correspondents alongside other ministers on the outcome of the Federal Executive Council meeting. According to him, FEC also observed that vice-chancellors of universities didn't need to abandon their work to come to Abuja to process the salaries of their personnel. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, has expressed the ministry's willingness to support diaspora initiative in the housing and urban development space, as well as encourage partnership with the diaspora in the housing and urban development narrative. This will be done through the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission for National Development. The minister stated this ahead of the proposed launch in February 2024 of the Diaspora Mortgage Housing Scheme in the UK, USA, and Canada, when he received the Chairman CEO of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, in his office.
As a ministry, we are willing to support the diaspora, as I said earlier, initiatives in the housing and urban development space, as well as encourage partnership with the diaspora towards making a change in the housing and urban development narrative of the country. We're also committed to provide ministry support to NIDCO to ensure that Nigerian diaspora own their homes in Nigeria. At the summit, I launched the FMBN Diaspora Mortgage Loan, which I had initiated and developed as MD CEO. So this is what we want to launch, this Nigerian Diaspora Mortgage Loan that we want to go. I'm ready and I'm happy to answer that invitation.
Abike Erowa speaking on the 4Ds of the President agenda, which is democracy, development, demography, and diaspora. The minister will kick off the official details and unveiling of the diaspora mortgage scheme in the diaspora itself, starting in UK, USA, and Canada.
Honorable Mr. On behalf of Nigerians in diaspora, this message is to say thank you to you and to say that this is a program that will change a lot of things and even a lot of narratives with our diaspora. Incidentally, I just came back a few days ago from a tour in the UK, Canada, and the US, and all of their minds was the diaspora mortgage scheme. The diaspora mortgage scheme. So the next step is to finally have us launch it. And we recommend starting with three big countries and continents, UK, Canada, and the US. And we fix a date where the Honorable Minister will personally do a roadshow on the mortgage scheme. But before then, we can come up with the processes and procedure, which is already ready with the team working together, that we need to be fulfilled before this takes place.
And on the foreign scene, several people in the DR Congo have been injured following clashes at a rally held by leading opposition presidential candidates in the southwest. Mr. Katumbi suspended part of his campaign following the clashes, which marked an escalation in tension ahead of the elections on December the 20th. And in sport, Brenda Rogers is confident Celtic can bridge the barrier in Europe as they prepare to conclude their Champions League campaign. Celtic hosts Feyenoord on Wednesday, but will finish fourth in Group E behind the Dutch side regardless of the score. Meanwhile, Newcastle United manager Eddie Hall believes Wednesday's Champions League match with AC Milan has got all the hallmarks of being a special game.
I think being under lights here is always very special. Under lights, Champions League, with something to play for and with everything to gain. I think that's got to be our way of looking at it. I think before the Paris game, I think we'd have definitely taken this position. Of course, it could have been very different, but we are where we are and the position that we're in. And we're looking forward to trying to improve on our last two performances. So I think the lads are very focused. Desperate to stay in this competition first and foremost, and if we can't, then stay involved in Europe.
And that's the Citizen FM News at 6. I am Lawrence Omoite. Good evening.